Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I'm coming back on to finish out the readings from this morning's session. You'll notice there's no chat because I'm not taking any new questions in this session. I'll be back on Friday morning, hopefully, if I'm feeling up to speed for the next free reading. So we'll have Friday mornings. It looks like it just reset here. Sorry. Said it was live, but I think it just rebooted. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I come back on to finish out the readings from this morning's session that I did not get to. I did not get to any free readings. I have like three, three donations to finish up on, and then I'll start into the free readings. We'll get them all done today. And you'll notice there's no chat because I'm not taking any new questions. I am just coming back on to finish up from the morning session. But I will be back on Friday, hopefully, Friday morning for free readings. If you'd like to join me, then I'm on usually Friday morning and night, Saturday morning and night, and then Sunday afternoons for free readings. If you are looking for a reading in between now and then, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box below. Also on Wednesday nights, if you're a Zen Cricket member, which is $2.99 a month, we have a couple hours where there's free readings for those members. And if you choose the $7.99 a month praying mantis session, you have Wednesday nights, Thursday nights for a couple hours, and then also Friday and Saturday evenings. And then after my Sunday morning session, have an hour with praying mantis too. So if you're interested in that, all that information's in the description box. After I'm done, I'll post a comment listing the order in which all the readings were completed, so you can find your reading much more quickly as well. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to continue to use the Transient Light Tarot by Ari Weisner. I think is how you say their name. So we'll start there. Now, Supernova, if you're watching this, you had two donation readings that you didn't put questions for. So I owe you two. So you can either email me or we can catch you next time, whatever you prefer. So just let me know on that. So the first donation up is Holly. So Holly, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And your question was, what does Spirit want you to know? So let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay. I don't want that one and those two. Okay, I want that one first. Come on. And that one. And then that one. All right. What do we have happening here? What do we have going on here? So let me just make sure everything's good here. Okay. All right. So we have on the bottom of the deck here, you've got the Nine of Swords coming in here. And the Nine of Swords is kind of like it's the Nightmare Insomnia card. But it's a good card because the 9 is the Hermit's journey. And a 9 is a number of completion and endings. 10 is like walking out the door into something new, but the 9 is I'm done, I'm ready. You know, it's like there's this message that you might have been having some triggers and some things come up in your life, some things in the outside world that have been bringing up and triggering some emotions, some lower vibrational emotions, but it's like there's this message that comes with all that it's towards the end of it, that they've been brought up on purpose for you to transform them so you can leave these things behind and be free from them. So let's take a look here and see what these cards are bringing in regards to that. Yeah, you have the Apprentice of Vessels, Page of Cups in the Standard Tarot. And this is about seeing love differently, seeing love from a higher perspective, a different perspective, kind of like I do like how they have that. Here's the Ace of Cups, and you're forming your self love. You're removing some old ways of thinking about love and about your own worth and your own love. And this is taking you to a new level of love within you, which is allowing this expansiveness because we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So as we expand that, it also opens up our ability to give and receive love to the humans. So I like this. It's almost like so far it feels like you're learning your power of choice, of story and emotion and energy and action. And I feel like you're, in this weird fish out of water feeling of forming love in a different way. And it's good. It's worth it. It feels uncomfortable, but and maybe you feel a little scary sometimes when we're stepping outside of our comfort zone. We're leaving the old and going into the new, and there's bringing some it's exciting though too. So I like that. Let's see what else. Yeah, we have the future. And I feel here that with this, it's important for you to know like your future. You have a lot of things that are in the stars here with all the planets. This brings in astrology for you, and that, you have like if you haven't looked into your north node of your astrology, they're really focusing in on that. That's like our north and south node. South node is what we come in with, what we revert to when we're in stress, and what we kind of bring in to work through our obstacles. And the north node is like what we can head for. What's the ultimate, like what's the X on on the treasure map that we want to get to, right? And I feel like it's important for you to look into that. So, if you haven't pulled I feel like you pulled your birth chart and all that. You probably know it all already. But if you haven't, for anyone that's interested in finding your North Node and finding that, if you go to like I think it's astro.com is the one I use, a great reliable website, at least when I've used it. And you can pull your own chart for free and you can find out that information. And then just Google North Node Imp, and you can get a lot of information around that too. So I feel like that's an important thing for you there that they want you to know right now. Yeah, and here, yeah, because you've got the champion of wands, the knight of wands, and the nurturer, it's the empress and the standard tarot. This is the mother nature, the mother nurture that you've been taking all this energy on your path. And now you're in this pursuit here. All knights have a quest, and this knight of wands, they are on this quest of power, of our energy, of focus, of your kind of your spiritual energy. And I feel like a big piece of what you're on is discovering new gifts, new spiritual, expanding spiritual gifts, connecting upgrades, but also expansion into different areas as well. So you have that coming here for you. And I feel like that's part of your design, part of your future too, because the more you expand that self love, it's like they're showing me like the Superman where um, in the first Superman with Henry Cavill, where he found the spaceship that was there, and when he walked in, his energy started igniting and turning on things on the ship. That's what's happening. This love energy is starting to activate things within you and your life that is bringing that in. So I like that for you. Yeah, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, joy, celebration. Here's this um stable energy that's coming in, but I feel like the door here, this open door is what's coming in here. There's this candle that's drawing you, this light that's drawing you, and that there is going to be an energetic door that opens up for you. Wow, so this really is a lot of celebration for the work you've done and for the journey that you're heading into. Yeah, and here you go. You've been doing the hermit, you've been doing the shadow work. So that again, you can continue to do that, but I feel like here you've just been getting so much more wisdom and clarity, seeing things from a higher perspective and been cutting away more thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. So as these triggers, this nine of swords has been happening. Here's the ending and here's the beginning, literally in your cards too. So you've moved, and you're moving through this, walking through this door, literally with the Four of Wands, into a new way of looking at life. And as these fears are, still have some triggers. We probably don't ever get rid of all of our triggers, they just become smaller and smaller triggers, and we start recognizing them as they're happening, and taking deep breaths and stepping back and deep breathing, whatever it is, modalities that we find to be able to keep from going into fight or flight mode. But I just feel like you're about to enter a place of higher knowledge, higher wisdom. If you've been drawn into, I want to find and discover new gifts, new things, definitely pursue that. Whatever's on your heart, whatever you want to do, they're like, I just feel like you're so hungry for higher knowledge and higher wisdom, and releasing of things of the past. Celebrate how far you've come, and that there's some exciting things coming your way because of all this energy that you've invested. So I love that for you, Holly. That's what they want you to know right now. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. And then Brenda, you are up next. So for the next donation. So Brenda, thank you for that, and for the always the lovely rainbow unicorn. I love that. So a general for the rest of the month, for the next week. Can you believe it's the end of August? I cannot believe how fast this year has gone. So I'm hearing a lot of people have mentioned that it just feels like there's just whoosh, 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 fast forwarding, right? And so let's take a look at what we got here. So you do have here, as you end and come to the end here of the month of August, there is this victory, this ending of old cycles, the beginning of new adventures that's kicking into play here. That'll take you into September with this. It's the last card in the major arcana. So, it's ends, and then you go into the full card, which is new beginnings, new adventures. So there are some things that are kind of finishing up here in this last week, and it is going to bring some new things. Let's see what these other cards bring in. That was the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there you go. Ace of Wands. So Wands energy is passion, new desire, new energy, new focus. And there's also, like, this last week, the extent of how fast things move, of how big things move, has to do with your energy. It's always a great reminder of what energy am I focusing on this moment. Am I focusing on higher vibration, thus drawing in that in? Or am I focused on lower vibration, thus drawing that in, which fears and wants and hates and all those things, whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. In this last week, how fast things change and how fast things come in has to do with your focal energy, really being aware of that, the higher vibration of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. Gratitude is huge, right? So definitely the Ace of Wands is taking power. You have a great capacity this last week to really grab things and have things transform very fast here. Yeah, Temperance is balance as well, though. Have patience and balance, but so it's not about, if I feel the need for speed. That's from Top Gun, right? If I feel the need for it, then things really slow down. If I want something so badly, I push it away, because when my energy is of want, of needing. But when I go into that gratitude, that's where this temperance, where things speed up on their own, because I'm lower vibration slows things down, higher vibration speeds things up. And as I focus on gratitude about perfect timing, I trust you, I release it to you, then things happen fast. It's funny, when my host, she was at the hospital yesterday and Friday and Saturday, but it was mainly Friday when she was like, she even said, like, I'm ready to walk out of here. They're not moving fast enough. And then when I said, just surrender and release them, as soon as she would, someone would come in, and then she was sitting, waiting. As soon as she was ready to go, she released. They showed up. She recognized that through the process. She goes, as soon as I surrendered, they would show up. But while I was like, I need, it wasn't. So hopefully that helps with that, how that works. And then you have the Six of Cups coming in here, which is, it's the the card of children, the Six of Cups is. It's past life connections too, but I feel like this has to do with children. Let's see, you got two more cards. Let's see what this is about here. Yeah, you got the Strength card and the Chariot. You have the strength, trust in relationship to children. That the Leo energy of the Strength card is be a child, allow yourself to play with your kids, not try to be a parent. Of course, you're going to be responsible and everything, but it's time to kind of get down and play with them. With this childlike Leo, fun, anything's possible energy, I feel is important here with the Six of Cups. And the Chariot card coming in, it really resonates with this Ace of Wands too, because what the chariot card is, you see you have a choice here between black and white. You have choice between lower vibration, higher vibration, and the choice card is a great energy that tells you that every moment of each and every day you're the one that's choosing what story with your brain, right? What thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, what stories I'm putting to a situation, what emotions I want to feel, what energy I want to put forward, like the Ace of Wands, and what physical actions I'm taking. I can't control anyone else's or your children's, really, but you can change stories, you can change emotions like this, right? Now we're given a lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's of our past around things, and there is this energy of um, I got to, this means that. It means I'm supposed to feel this way, but you don't have to. There is this, I get to choose what story, what something means. Because everything in the outside world just is until it gets in here and we define it as good, bad, higher vibration, lower vibration choice every moment. I get to choose that emotion, energy, and all that. So I feel like that's an important thing for you this coming week, because it's like putting it into practice. You've really been focusing on this. It's been being brought up, and it's a great week to really realize it as the old cycles are changing and these new cycles are beginning. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. That's what's coming in for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Rocky's World, thank you for your additional donation. So thanks for that. And your question is, how would you and the dangerous one, how would the connection be if you were to speak? So based on current energies, if you guys were to speak, no, none of those. Let's shuffle this up again. All right. And those are below the surface. Okay, let's see here. What would it be like here? All right, you have the Crown of Wands, which is the King of Wands. So there would be some passion that would be ignited here. Very energetic attraction, physical attraction that's there with this crown. I like the Crown of Wands, the King of Wands, because like the Knight of Wands is like a little, I usually say it's like a little chihuahua that's going around humping everyone's legs. It can't control itself. King of Wands is a mature passion. So I like that energy. Let's see what else they have. Yeah, and Ace of Wands. It would spark some energy between you with this Ace of Wands. So that confirms that there. And um, let's see what these cards are here. You do have here, yeah, just a change of the way you guys would look at things. You would have Temperance, which is balance and allowing things to unfold. So I like the spark, I like the energy, but it would be kind of, I wouldn't say a slow, but you would just have patience. It's not going to happen overnight. It's like this is something that would grow between the two of you, because when you get a slow card like the Temperance, these three cards came out together. When you get a slow card like the Temperance card, it's giving you time for things, and it gives you time with the Six of Swords and the Justice card. Both of these are about balancing the ways you're thinking, letting go of expectations, letting go of old ways of thinking, and movement into higher ways of thinking. seeing things from a different perspective, which is kind of like just letting go of the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, and allowing the communication to be what it is and let it unfold. It allows you to question the cage, and here it is, the devil card, the cage that you have yourself in and that you try to put other people in. It gives them time to do that too, because we are given so many thoughts and beliefs and mindsets when we're growing up around interactions, around relationships, both how we're supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, blah, 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 which cages us in. And then also a situation, it cages a situation in because we're like, well, this is what it's supposed to be. And then them, well, this is how they're supposed to act. What that brings is a lot of disappointment, right? Expectations equal disappointment. It's a huge thing to learn because when we have a lot of these rules and thoughts, we focus on the lack, how something's not meeting up to that, how I'm failing it, how they're failing it, the lack of a situation. When we try to let go of a lot of expectations and allow things to unfold, then we can focus on abundance. We focus on gratitude for what is instead of the lack, right? So I feel like your um, connection would be an immediate sparks, but it would be slow because it's allowing you, and the more you let go of expectations, the faster things speed up in the what comes between the two of you. But it's a lot of this purpose of this is for you to realize why, oh why, oh why am I expecting all these things. And when we feel like, oh, they didn't say things the way I wanted them to, oh, expectation, disappointment, right? They said it perfectly. It's always perfect till it gets in here and it battles. There's a great, if you've ever had a chance to check out Byron Katie, it's BYRON KATIE. She's got a great YouTube channel. She has a website, thework.com, just THEWORK.com. But she has a great saying. It's like when our expectations and these mindsets battle reality, they lose, but only 100% of the time. Because it is when reality is, but our mind goes, no, it's supposed to be this. Well, obviously it was supposed to be that, or it would have been different. And so things unfold perfectly for us. And if we can realize that and we start having more gratitude for what did happen and the world of possibilities, and we flow with things instead of resistance. So hopefully that helps, Rocky's World. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right, everybody. So that is it for the donations. And now, excuse me, we'll head into the free readings. Let me just move a bunch of these over so we can jump into them. And as I mentioned, when I'm done, I will post a comment at the bottom listing the order in which the readings were completed so you can find those. So we'll do like one card, sometimes two card free readings here. And I'm just going to shuffle these up, and these are for all readings. This will be the order. Okay, so we're doing two shuffles and then two shuffles, one more. All right, here we go. So we'll jump in. So Eliza, or Eliza, you are up first. So what's coming for you next week? Ooh. All right. Well, you got the Six of Vessels, the Six of Cups. Now, this is both the someone from your past might be coming across your path. And it doesn't mean like it's an ex returning. God, no. It can be bumping into an old friend, an old a relative you haven't talked to in a while, someone that you haven't spoken with in a while. There's going to be this perfect timing where you guys bump into each other. And the Six of Cups also represents this energy of past life connections. And it could or could not just be that individual. It could be other individuals too. There's a lot of interesting energy that's unfolding in our lives right now on the planet that's expanding us into our subconscious world a bit enough where it's been activating awareness of past life connections that we didn't realize before. So you might be recognizing something with family, friends, exes, lovers, whoever, and you're like, wow, there's something more here than I used to recognize. And so that's what's unfolding here. You're someone from the past is coming by and you recognize this past life connection in them, but you're also, I feel like you're starting to recognize past life connections in other people too. It is the timing of this. We're expanding more into our spirituality, our connection to our spirit self. So we're getting more awareness and access to the Akashic records and subconscious things. So I feel like that's a big piece of what's coming in here. You might be a little bit nostalgic too next week because I feel like there's just some old memories. And that makes sense if someone does come back from the past. You guys might be talking about, oh, remember when, but it feels very nostalgic and really reflecting on the past. You might even be having an anniversary of someone's birth or death that reminds you of some stuff from the past too. It just feels like a lot of timing. It's like you're a time wizard next week, right? So hopefully that makes sense for you, Lisa. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. Then Kritika Mahotra. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello, hello. So what are Gaurav's current thoughts for you? You haven't talked in a week or so. All right. You know, right now they're in this Five of Pentacles beliefs of lack and less than, and I feel like they're just more focused on these abandonment, not, being left behind, not being in control, and different kind of energies coming in here. So I kind of feel like they're just kind of consumed about all this stuff that's going on in their life and around them right now. So based on current energy, their thoughts are kind of just like out of sight, out of mind, because they've got so much stuff right in their face that they're working on those things. I don't feel like they're, you know, pining over you and thinking about you and, oh, I just feel like they're like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" kind of in panic, putting out a lot of fires energy. So right now, kind of like I said, out of sight, out of mind, because everything in their sight is demanding attention right now. So I know that's what's going on, right? But it's always a great energy for us to go, what are my current thoughts about myself, right? When I'm looking at wondering how other people are thinking about me, I can ask myself, how am I thinking about myself? How am I thinking about them? Because that is a mirror for me to tell me a lot about how I'm thinking about myself too. So some good reflection questions there if those resonate for you. Right? And that's what they have for you. And then dull faced, oh, sorry, new love. I jumped out of order there. Sorry. I jumped to the bottom to the top. So new love, you're next. Thank you. I'm feeling better and better and better. Mornings are still a little rough. Today wasn't so bad. Um, but usually Fridays and Saturday mornings were just like trying to pull my eye open, but my energy is returning here. So I think I handed it off. My host has COVID, but I think we both have had it for about 3 or 4 weeks. It's just now hitting her hard. So we can send love to her. All right. So you want to know, is anything coming love wise with RS or should you let it go? You got the crown of vessels, which is the king of cups. And the king of cups for me is the energy of a compatible partner, someone you deserve. And I feel like you will know this, and I think you know that RS isn't for you. I feel like because the crown of vessels, the king rules over cups. They're given also swords behind the scenes. So they're a great balance between heart and mind. And it's someone who's very compatible. And it's like someone who gives and receives equally like you. And I don't feel like RS does that for you. I feel like you're the one waiting for them to reply. You're the one initiating. You're the one investing the most energy. And it's like you don't need to give more than you receive. And I feel like you feel like you're the one that's almost in pursuit of them instead of the other way around. But when this king of cups comes, it's wow, you're like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go text them. Oh, bing, here comes a text coming in. It's from them. You're like, hey, blah, 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 I was just thinking about you. I was about to text you. Ah, da, da. It's like someone who is reaching out to you and active. You deserve to be with someone like yourself. is like the energy that comes with this. So I feel like, and I feel like focus on you, focus on your passion. You're going to meet someone who has equal passion. And then there's, about something like, I want to go do clay. I'm going to go use a potter's wheel and do some clay stuff. And you bump into someone who wants to do that too. And you're like, hey, Bobo. And you start up a conversation while you guys are doing your clay and all that kind of stuff. And then you want to go to coffee and things unfold. That's the kind of energy I feel you going, not like, you're looking to fulfill someone. It was earlier today in my praying mantis session. We were talking about the two types of relationships. One is like, I feel like I need a partner and it's a job interview, and we're trying to interview people to fill a position in our lives instead of living our lives, living our passion, bumping into someone who also has our passion, things spark, things unfold, and it leads to a relationship. We kind of in our society have like, relationships make me whole and complete, so I need one, and so I have job interviews. And so a date is a job interview instead of hanging out together and seeing where life takes us, and it takes us into relationship. The difference is one sounds fun, one sounds stressful, right? So I feel like moving on is what spirit's saying there. All right, so many blessings, new love, hang in there. Then Highness, you're up next. You'd like general next week work-wise. Well, you have that chariot. So a lot of choices coming up here regarding work next week. And the chariot is the power of choice. Every moment we choose higher vibration, lower vibration, or whatever we focus in is what grows and expands, right? And when we're looking at this chariot energy, we choose the story, the emotion, the energy, our actions, no one else's. And so next week, work-wise, it's an opportunity to be aware of the choices that you're making in each moment. And whatever you focus on is what you get more of. So it's empowering week for you regarding work. And so if I want a job or want a position or want a raise or want, then I'm going to push things away, because wanting energy tells us that I want more wanting, not having. I want to want more. I want it. I want it longer, right? But when we start with gratitude and we start with higher vibrational joy, laughter, unconditional love, patience, all that, then that brings in things that match that. So I feel like next week is about a great week of being aware. Even set a little silent vibrating alarm on your phone for every waking hour choice. And you can go, oh, what am I choosing in this moment? I can change that. What am I choosing to story? I'm going to change my story. I'm going to change the emotion I'm feeling. I'm going to change my energy. What am I attracting? I'm going to change my actions and see what it does. It's a great experiment week, I feel, for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Highness. So many blessings to you. And then content, you want to know, is Pierre still mad at you? Yeah, the Two of Wands, sometimes. Two of Wands goes back and forth, and Wands is passionate energy, right? Fire. They get, and then they're and then up and down and up and down. I feel like they're kind of cycling back and forth. But that's them. That's up to them. And when we spark, when we trigger madness, which is anger, is the fight and fight or flight. When I have fear, my inner child, when it feels unsafe or out of control, it goes into fight or flight mode, right? Fear activates it. My intelligent, compassion, loving side, and a little, 2-year-old with its pet hissing cat are in charge. That's the hiss. Are you mad? But that's going on inside of them. And I feel like there's an important thing for spirit to tell you to know is take responsibility for your own choices, your own emotional choices, your own actions, your own energy, your own stories. Don't feel like you're responsible for others. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose higher vibration or lower vibrational thoughts, emotions, energies, or actions. But ultimately, everyone makes their own choices. You can give someone the world, they can still choose to be mad and upset. So be gentle with yourself, release yourself of responsibility of what they're going through. Come back to you. What triggers are happening in here? This is what you can control. Come back to sweep in front of your own door. You can't go over there. So I feel like it's important for you to know because one moment, we don't see the world as it is, right? We see the world as we are. So if I'm mad, that's because I'm mad at myself on the inside for some reason. I'm angry with myself. I'm fearing something on the inside. Has nothing hardly to do with us. There's really no new emotions that we feel. We more echo emotions that we felt from 7 years old and younger. They just make their way out. Both higher vibration, lower vibration emotion just reflect out into situations. But hopefully that helps just to release yourself from responsibility for theirs and responsibility for your emotional choices. You come back here and are responsible for your own, but you're also released from theirs. So hopefully that helps content. That's what they have for you. And then Doll Face Diva, messages from spirit. Um, so you have the 10 of swords. You are ready to let go of some of these supposed to be, should be's, need to be's. Letting go of some expectations, allowing yourself some freedom, and allow your brain and your heart to be free of these rules, all these rules. And I feel like it's a great time here because the 10 of swords is like, I've had enough. I'm sick and tired of feeling like I'm disappointing others or others are disappointing me or life is a disappointment. And I'm ready to let go of all these supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's. There's a lot of freedom that comes. It's like the Fool card, a whole world of possibilities. It's like taking a big deep breath and being like, I can do anything. And everyone's going to have an opinion about it. But what's most important is I get to choose the story. It's like all these stories, you can see all the swords are broken. It's all the stories that I have going on. The end. The end. We're closing all these little books of all these stories, and I'm writing a new story for my life. And this is kind of energy I feel is coming in. It's a great time for you to let go of all that attachment to what things mean, and you're forming new um, definitions around things because this is what you want to believe about it, not because you're supposed to, right? So I like that for you, Dollface Diva. That's what they have coming in there for you. So many blessings. And then Minaheel, you are up. What unexpected opportunity is coming towards you soon? Well, whatever it is, it's coming in fast and furious here with the Eight of Wands. This is one of the fast, move, 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 move energies. Definitely, you do have unexpected opportunity that's coming, and it's going to be coming in faster than you think it is here. And they don't want you to know what it is. How rude, I know. But yeah, it's like Tigger. They're like, hee hee hee, they're like, we want it to be a surprise. And the unexpectedness and the suddenness of it is for your benefit, but they just want it to be a surprise. It's an exciting adventure. It is for you, something positive. So don't, they're not like it's going to be a scary person jumping out or anything. It's a pleasant surprise that's coming your way. And it's going to come out of nowhere, unexpected. And they're like, for it to be an unexpected opportunity, an unexpected surprise, you can't expect it. So we can't tell you about it so that it can still be unexpected. And they're just being funny about it. But it's good. It's a positive thing. So just know that something definitely is coming here, and it's going to be sooner than later. It's like out of nowhere, right? So I like that for you, Minaheel. That's what they have for you right now. I know. Talk to your spirit guides. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear. And then Mega V, you are up next. So what's coming in next in your relationship with Pavan? You got peace of mind here with the Four of Swords, mental stability, letting go of expectations, and you're able to rest with that here. So clarity of mind, movement of thought and belief is good. And it's because when we realize, why do I care so much about something, whether it happens or not? When we have expectations, that equals disappointment. We begin to focus on lack, how something isn't unfolding, who someone's not being, who I'm not being, whatever. But this Four of Swords, the reason why they're able to rest is because they let go of some expectations. put our trust in Creator and going, I know you're going to allow things to unfold in the perfect way, in the perfect timing, perfectly for me. And so there is this put your mind at ease, let things go with the flow. I feel is an important thing that comes in here. So I like this. So that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you, Mega. I know that doesn't tell you a ton, but right now it's about letting go of expectations, letting go of intentions, letting go of supposed to be's, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's, things like that that are coming in, and that allows freer flow for you. Usually, when I don't get a lot of like what's next, it's because there's a lot of different pathways and a lot of possibilities, and things haven't been decided yet. So you're kind of in the flow, and they're just kind of telling you about some obstacles that help you get to the decision points that then, when things are decided, they'll let you know where you're headed. So hang in there. All right. And then Hot Sun, you are up next. So, what are Matt's energies towards you and the bottom of the deck? So, we do have the Six of Swords, movement of thoughts and beliefs. It's a positive thing, leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving into new ways of thinking, moving over the bridge. It is progression, it is movement that comes in. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups, Four of Vessels, which is about, it's emotional stability. They know things that haven't worked in the past. And I feel like they're realizing that some old ways of thinking that hasn't worked on the past, that didn't work for relationships. And I feel like they're wanting a different type of approach, a different type of movement in relationship that comes in here. So it's very interesting because it is transformative. These all have butterflies on them, but there's a huge change of, I just feel like they're realizing, like it's like this epiphany. I'm really realizing, and I don't mean to make them sound stupid, but it's like humans, we are like, I'm realizing that when I did that and that and that in that relationship, in these past relationships, that was the result. You know what? Maybe I need to stop doing that. And I feel like there is this awareness, there is this transformation that's coming in, and it's bringing in this emotional stability um, in their energies towards you. So interesting. But that's what they have for you, Hot Sun. So many blessings to you. And then Nelia Maderos, thank you so much for your donations earlier. And your free reading is What Does Joe Think of You? All right. We got the Keeper of Swords, Queen of Swords. There's this balance between the head and the heart that comes in here. So there are emotions that are there existing because the Queen of Swords, she gets a second portion, but it's more the thinking that is at the forefront. The emotions are kept kind of behind the scenes and more below the surface. So it's more, they're focused. And you're like, what you wanted to know what they think of you. Well, they do. That's the big piece of it is they think, but they keep emotions down to the surface here. The Queen of Swords, and when they see you in that manner, they see you as someone who's balanced between head and heart. And Queen of Swords is one of the cards that represents like a compatible person. So they think of you as someone that I can really get along with, and that we really have these commonalities, and they could see themselves here. But I feel like they do more overthink things and they don't get to those emotions, at least right now, is that's where their energy is at. So they're a lot in their head and um, analyzing, studying, contemplating, that great energy, which is kind of this Virgo energy that we're all experiencing coming into Virgo season. It all takes us up into our heads to really look at things, especially our health and our physical world and our physical bodies. It really brings us into a lot of thinking about that. And that's like, I feel where they're at here. There is emotion there, though. So I like that compatibility. They're just like looking like, you know what? We could be good together. You're easy to be with, is kind of that energy that's there. So hopefully that helps, Nelia. That's what they have for you right now. And then great quartz. You want any advice for healing from spirit? You have the magician card coming in here. And this does tell us, of course, disclaimer for everyone in the description box of the video, I'm not a licensed health practitioner, counselor, lawyer, whatever, right? So uh, tarot is for fun, and ultimately everyone makes their own choices, right? Well, this kind of comes down to that with the magician too, is the power of choice. Where are you investing your energy? So much of healing, of emotion, of body, of mind, everything else, it comes from stress, it comes from fear. And the magician card talks about wherever we invest our energy is what grows and expands. When I focus on higher vibration, I draw in things that match that. I focus on lower vibration, I draw in things that match that too. So, when we begin to, it's like the difference between I want healing, want healing, and thank you for my health. Thank you for this. Thank you. The gratitude, right? The way our energy works, whatever we focus on grows and expands. And when I focus on um, like I want anything that I want, if I'm focusing on I want this, I'm telling my energy tells the universe I enjoy wanting. So don't give it to me because I need it drawn out as far as possible so I can continue to want for as far and long as possible, right? And so there's this, um, uh, you know, if I want healing, then I want to continue to have things to be healed from, right? It's like, no. But when I have gratitude for progress, gratitude for health, for perfect health, trust the creator. They're bringing the perfect things in the perfect way in the perfect timing. We can ask for a want, like, I would like for this to go away. Like, gotcha. Then we start having gratitude around it, right? Wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. And so much going back to that, they're bringing back the stress, right, and fear. And when what's great is, there's a great book, You Can Heal Your Life, I think, by Louise Hay, and you can search on the internet too. Of like, if you have like a physical ailment, kind of like it'll tell you the emotional reason behind this, and it helps us get to what's going on deep within us, because that's where everything starts. And then when it's down there enough and we're unaware of it in our subconscious, we have triggers, we have things that come up that are telling us about it. And if we aren't paying attention to a particular thing, it'll eventually show up in our physical bodies and show us what's going on here. And that's something that can help get to the root of it and go, okay, let's find out what the emotional, stressful reason is behind our physical things. And if it's emotional or mental healing we're wanting, that also is rooted, of course, in those things, and that can bring healing that way. So that's the advice they have for you is, kind of just search that, or if you have her book, kind of look at those if it's a physical ailment, and it to see what resonates and what comes next for you there. Right. So that's what they have for you, Almighty Great Court. So many blessings to you. And then Elena, you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. You got the Six of Wands. This is victory. This is movement of energy. But also, I feel like a big piece of this is that it's a kudos from spirit for you. Knowing that you are supported, you are loved, you're not judged, by the other side. That the creator and this massive group of beings, endless, unconditional, loving, eternally loving beings of light, they do not judge. They look at your experience, that there's all these choices, there's no wrong, there's no right, there's just different choices with different experiences, different outcomes. And it's like there's this message of being gentle with yourself and know that whatever you choose is the perfect choice for you in the moment with what you know and the energy that you have. And later in life, when we look back at something, we're like, oh, I shoulda, coulda, was supposed to, blah, blah, blah. But we did the best we could when we did what we did, right? And then when we learn and grow, we won't make the same decisions because we're not the same person we were, as well as everyone else. Everyone does the best they can in the moment with the information and energy they have and circumstances. And then we learn from that. We grow through that, and then we'll make different choices later. So I feel like that's important for you to know. It's like a kudos, it's a high five. You're not messing up. You're supported, you're loved. Be gentle with yourself. So I feel like that's what's coming in for you, Elena. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Rhonda, hello, my dear. You are up next. Let me just move some of these over here. You want to know what is coming for you this week. All right. So you have the Five of Vessels, the Five of Cups. So there is a movement here of emotion, a transformation of emotion. Five is a number of change, cups with vessels here. And the two cups here is your power of emotional choice. This next week, you get to choose a lot of how you feel. We are always choosing how we feel about every moment. It's either higher vibration, lower vibration. But this is a week where you get to decide how you feel about stuff. And I feel like you're going to get an opportunity to feel a lot of things, but that you can choose in the moment to go, what? I'm going to do what they call a plot twist, and I'm going to feel differently than I normally would. I'm going to laugh. And that's good. I like this. Here's Tigger. Focus on Tigger this week. He's all sorry, hoo-hoo, that's his kind of energy that they have. And there is this moving forward, there is this running forward in a joyful way and choosing joy, choosing laughter in every way that you can. And you're going to see that it's going to change the energy of the moment. It's going to change where you're going, what you're doing, and those kind of things coming along as well. So I feel like this is an important week. Choose to laugh. Make that your new goal this week. I'm going to laugh at everything, even if it's inappropriate. If you think it's inappropriate, I'm just going to laugh. Ha ha ha. Even if it's a fake laugh in the beginning, you'll start to be full of laughter and joy more by the end of the week. And you're going to see a change in the energy around you too. So I like that for you, Rhonda. You're not you're not under the whim of what happens in the outside world. That's the big thing that comes in with all this. When we're taught that this is what something means, this is how I have to feel about something, the energy, the action, right? That then we're afraid of what comes next because whatever comes next is how I have to be because I'm a puppet to those things. But when I realize I get to choose no matter what, I'm going to laugh. Then it doesn't matter what comes next. I'm going to laugh at it, right? It's this awareness that comes for you this next week. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. And then Olivia de Gara, you are up next. Hello, hello. So you want to ask if any time of your life you've been used for bad energy influence. Ooh, what a great question. So it's kind of wondering, have you played the character of a villain in someone's life, right? We never know. That's the great thing about drama is we don't see the world as we are. I mean, sorry, as it is, we see the world as we are. So if someone needs a villain, we might be appearing as a villain and we don't have any idea, right? So, boom. But yeah, the star card. It's like this is all balance and all about perspective and I like this coming in because it's like spirits redirecting you. It's like, yeah, everyone's been a villain. I was very surprised to find out that with my exes that they thought poorly of me in some ways. What? I thought they were the devil. They thought I was the devil in some ways. And I realized upon reflection, I could see how they could see that because I was a what they call it in a codependent relationship. I was an enabler, and so I was very controlling, very and I can see that like, oh wow, yeah, I could see how I was the villain and the devil. But Spirit wants you to focus on not the darkness that you were, but the brightness you were in darkness for people, because that is who you truly are, and that you can't control the character that you play in other people's lives because they're going to see you as they see themselves. You're a mirror, and if they're you know, if an elephant looks in a mirror, they're going to see an elephant. If an ostrich looks in a mirror, they're going to see an ostrich. Tiger, a tiger, a lion, whatever, right? We're just a mirror. We have no idea what they see when they look at us, and that's not on us. That's the reflection that they've asked us to be. What you can look at is, how have I, you know, what kind of negative energy have I brought myself in this lifetime, right? And how can I transform that? Because that I can control. My story about what, even what, how do I feel other people were a bad energy or a villain in my life, go, ooh. So if they were a mirror for me at that point, what was I wanting to see about myself? How was I being that to myself in some way, right? So there's a great enlightenment that comes in there. Is focus on the bright star you were for people in their darkness, and then look at, how was I a villain to myself in my life, and when I felt someone was being a villain to me in my life, how was that really me? Something going on inside of me being reflected back to myself at that time in my life. Some great energy there. So that's what they have for you, Olivier. So many blessings to you. And then Needy Sarvaya, a career reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Wow, you got the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles. So you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. You've been putting in the energy around career, and now you're going to be having progression. Things are going to start moving and flowing in the outside world, so that you can see this, so that you can be that. And it's like an apprentice moving to a master, an assistant manager moving to a manager, someone graduating from school. It's the reward that's coming here for your career stuff. So just continue to, you know, do the work, put in the effort. You're going to see the results that are coming here for you. Right? So that's what they got for you, Needy. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Maria P. So, what is it that makes Walter like you more? And thank you for your donation earlier. This is your free reading here. I got the Apprentice of Swords, the Page of Swords. The way that you look at things differently, you look at things from a different perspective. And I feel like this is like, they like your different perspectives. And a lot of it has to do because you guys think a lot alike. So they like that about you. Because they're like, the other people are just, they don't have a sense of humor. They have a weird way of looking at things, but you guys, I feel like, just are on this wavelength that, um, you know, like I feel like you guys like movies. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that came out of nowhere. There's like this, uh, like you'll quote a really obscure movie line, and then they're like, "Bubba," and they'll answer the movie line, and you're like, "Oh my god, you watched that movie?" Like, I love that movie. Like, you have that commonality, a lot of the same mental interests, and the kind of your brains work a lot alike. So that's a big piece of why they like it, because they're like, they just like it. You get me, you know. That's the kind of thing you guys might say to one another. So I like that for you, Maria, and that's what they have for you right now with that. So many blessings to you. All right. Moving on down the list here. Let me just move some more of these over here. All right, maybe, do I have enough space? I'll just put them all up here like that. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right. So, BAM, BAM, you're up. So, you're currently in chemotherapy. Oh, okay. Sending you lots and lots of love. I know that's definitely a challenge. So, sending lots and lots of love energy to you right now to strengthen your body and let it recover from that chemotherapy. So, you want to know, what does your life look after chemotherapy? And as I mentioned before, disclaimer, I'm not a health practitioner, all of that. There's a disclaimer in the description box of the video that tarot is for fun. Everyone ultimately makes their own decisions, etc. all that. So let's take a look here and see, what does spirit want you to know about your life looking like after chemotherapy? Wow, look at, see, the three of swords, which is normally like the fears, our expectations. There's this um, energy that comes in with the three of swords of heartbreak and all that. But I feel like what your life looks like after chemotherapy with this three of swords is you fear less, you have less expectations. Something that happens when we face, like, I was suicidal at the age of 22. I almost took my life. And whenever we facing death, facing the end of life, it does something to you. It allows you to see life differently and with more gratitude, with less expectations. We did stop sweating the small stuff. We stop expecting so much, and we start focusing on the gratitude for what is, what's happening. And I feel like there's this change of mentality that you've been having, and that continues. And it just expands here after chemotherapy. I feel like you reach this point of going, wow, I faced death, and I see this, you know, I faced death and I painted a pretty picture on it, and I'm looking at it differently, and I'm looking at life differently, and I'm changing things. And I like this change of mentality, this change of how you're looking at stuff, is really coming in strong. So I like that for you. It does feel like that it's successful, that it helps, and that instead of focusing on our fears and expectations, you're like, I'm going to focus on what I want to grow, which is gratitude and love and laughter and joy. We're all dying. It's the moment we are born and created, we start our path to our life ending, because we're only here for a certain amount of time in these bodies anyway, but we're eternal beings. But we come here just for a little bit of a vacation, right? Woo, what a great vacation you're having, right? But it allows you to see life differently. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy the moments. What's holding me back from living? I'm not going to exist anymore. I'm going to live, is a big piece that comes in here. So I like that for you, Bam. So hang in there. Again, much love to you. Many blessings. And then Latoya, Brian, do you want to know how Ronald the Aquarius feels about you? All right. They're kind of, this Nine of Pentacles is, they're kind of off in their own little world right now. The Nine of Pentacles is like, the nine is the hermit's journey, and the Pentacles is this, the outside world. And so this is about, I'm being by myself. I'm focusing in on myself. I'm here. So I feel like their feelings about you are on hold, on the back burner, along with everything else. I just feel like they're in this hermit mode, really pulled back, really in their minds, really in their thinking, really reclusive into themselves. So I feel like everything is on hold. Something has caused them to look inward. There's a lot of energy out here, in our lives going on too, about supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's, and the clarity around this Lion's Gate energy, which happens to be on the other side of Aquarius. So it really sucks them out of their norm into feeling like a fish out of water in some ways. And I just feel like they're really, really to themselves right now, Latoya. Um, but it's not personal about you. It's like this huge reflective period of, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? Blah, 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 blah. That kind of midlife crisis kind of energy. But it has to do a lot with planetary wise energy that's coming in. So hopefully that helps a little bit. That's what they want you to know right now. So many blessings to you. And then Starfall, you want to know what is coming for you in the next 2 weeks. Wow. You got the future. Your spirit guides are funny. The future happens in the next 2 weeks. No shit, right? But there is a lot going on planetary wise here with all the planets there. Um, I would look, if you're not into astrology, well, I mean, Starfall, you've got to be into astrology. you've got a lot of interesting energies that are coming forth. And so whatever you can do to look into those things, like I know I have this daily planetary guide that they give you these weeks, the weeks that come forward here. And let's see, August 25th. They're having me just go over here like um, the top astrological events for like next week. Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn. Woohoo! Since it first entered in 2008. So, it talks about these things that are coming in here. So they have these events. The September 2nd to 8th, they have like Mars moving into Gemini, squaring Neptune and Pisces, easily distracted, dreams. There's a lot of different energies that talk about all of this. But I feel like looking into your personal astrology over these next 2 weeks will give you a big piece of the weather that's coming your way and to help you prepare for it. So they're nudging you, astrology, astrology. I hardly ever, ever, ever get that. So I just feel like there is this nudge to look to the planets. What energies can you make the most of during these next 2 weeks? And because we're coming off of some really strong energy these first 3 weeks of August with Lionsgate, full moon, super moon, blue moon in Aquarius. There's some interesting alignments that come up with Saturn with Capricorn energy. So there's a lot happening. And I feel like they're telling you, you have so much possibility and you have the ability to move the energy, this astrological energy, but it's important for you to understand what it's bringing you. So, and if you're not into astrology, I would be very, very surprised. But if you check out astro.com, it's a website that I'm not affiliated with, but they offer a lot of free reading, like free charts and different things. You might find some interesting information there. So interesting. That's what they have for you, Starfall, for now. So many blessings to you. All right. Hang in there, everybody. We're getting there. All right. Just scooching some of these over more here. All right. And then I am Shailene. Hello, hello. So you wanted a general reading focusing on health and love. All right. Disclaimer, I'm not as I've been mentioning, there's a disclaimer in the description box. I'm not a licensed health practitioner, counselor, anything like that. So this is all for fun. Tarot is made for fun and or designed for fun, according to the United States. And everyone ultimately makes their own decisions, right? So let's take a look here. I got the 10 of Wands. So you do have this movement and change of your energy that comes in with this. 10 of Wands says, one, health wise and love wise and mental, everything in our lives, wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. And this 10 of Wands is like there's this recommendation, this advice from Spirit to do an energy inventory. Where are you investing your energy? One, are you investing in higher vibration or lower vibration, right? But also, there's 3 buckets that Spirit talks about. In our day and age, we're kind of taught everything is urgent, everything is important. And that's why we felt overwhelmed and, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to get everything done. Overwhelmed, right? But when Spirit shows us there's 3 buckets, one is the truly urgent, truly important. We put in that bucket. That gets our number one priority. That gets our energy first. Second bucket, the things that are truly important but not urgent. We plan those out, put them on our calendar, realizing when they'll become urgent, right? That's once we're done with 1, then we start working on 2. If there's any energy left over, we go to bucket 3, which is the things that are urgent but not important. And whether we get to them or not doesn't matter because they're not important. Truly not important, right? And so it's about discovering the capital T truths of, where you're investing your energy, because if you're stressed trying to do it all, that impacts our body. And if we can get to this place where we're managing our energy, then we'll have a better flow of things, right? And then also love flows indifferently because when we're aware of our energy, of where we're investing it all, we can also be aware of, am I putting energy into positive, higher vibration, unconditional love, enjoying laughter and peace? Or am I focusing on fears, not having enough, what I hate, what I want, what I need? Then that just draws in those kind of experiences. But when we're really becoming aware of where I'm investing my energy and how, then this transforms things for you. And I feel like this is an important piece of what they're wanting to know right now regarding focus. Where am I focusing? I feel like, when you first put your question, you put a general reading on low, but, and then you clarified, you know, health and love, right? Um, but I feel like they were cutting you off. You want information on how am I focusing? That's how you're focusing your energy. So I love that. All right. So hopefully that helps, Shailene. Many blessings to you. All right. And then me. Hello, hello. Good. I'm so glad to be back. Hopefully I'll be back next weekend, both on Friday and Saturday morning too. We'll see how energy is as we get towards that point. But I'm definitely glad. So your little old mountain man. Just the diagnosis is a little more extreme than you had and thought it was going to be. So quadruple bypass on September 6th, and it's a type, and he's a type 5 diabetic, 1.5 diabetic. Okay. So what do we see for your future? All right. So based on current energy, sorry, there's a gnat. I think I got it. Oh no, no, no. He got away. Oh, all right. So we've got the Three of Pentacles coming in here for you guys for your future. This is about but you guys are going to be able to be true to your authentic selves. And I like this for your future because it just shows that you're going to be able to be truly yourselves. I feel like things aren't going to be like you guys were like, I want to be able to run up hills. You're like, you know what? You guys going to be able to be true to you, not be who you think you have to be and not be. So there's a great energy coming in here. I feel like the story isn't over between the two of you, which is a great energy. You just are going to be true to who you are, and you're not going to worry about trying to be who you're not, and you're not going to be afraid of losing anyone's support or whatever. You guys are just able to be true to yourselves through all this and show who you truly are, as you guys have been. So, um, I feel like there's success that comes in here with all these things. And disclaimer, of course, if I didn't mention already, there's been several health questions today, but it's, I'm not a licensed health practitioner. Tarot's designed for fun, and ultimately everyone makes their own decision. So, but I just feel like this is the kind of energy that is coming in here. I feel like they want to give you a bonus Wisdom of Hafiz Oracle. These are short and sweet, but I just feel like there's an important, yeah. So you guys are going to be able to take action. You got this wonderful riding horses. You're still going to be able to run. So let's see here. The mind is like a bow, and our thoughts can be golden arrows. Who is not always hunting satisfaction? Who is not beseeching a kiss from the mouth of heaven? Knowing her lips and having a key to her house, let me be your guide. Says the time for reflection has passed. Show up, stand up, step up, make that next move. Action has genius fire in it, and it can revitalize and kindle your life, relationships, and projects. Don't hold back. Instead, hold yourself in the alignment of what you know is your highest truth, and take action toward embodying that truth through your deeds. Yeah, so take action. Let your voice be heard. enjoy each moment. And I feel like there is this action movement that goes forward here, but I just feel I like that this isn't the end of our story. So uh, it's just an experience that's happening. I think the Nat wants to say something. They'll end it on the microphone. What do you have to say? That's it. That's vocalizing. Wow, that's so crazy. That is the throat chakra, taking action, sharing your words, sharing your actions, and don't hold back. So that's what's coming in for you, me. So many blessings to you. Sending a lot of love for your mountain man there as well. All right. And then we've got, yep, Uganti Swaroop. You want to know Shandana's current feelings for you, please. All right. We got the Justice card. It's more thoughts. They're stuck in their head, more working through thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. The Justice card is this balancing going on. You have that Ace of Swords in the middle, but their scales usually, which shows that they're letting some old ways of thinking go, seeing things from a different perspective, moving beyond and releasing some old thoughts and beliefs that they've had that they were given throughout their life about who you're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, how things are supposed to be, how the world's supposed to be. They're going through a lot of change and clarity coming in around their thoughts about you. I feel like they're more of a mental person right now than a feeling person. So it's like more asking, how do they think about me than how do they feel about me? Feelings are like, what are feelings? I feel like they're an air sign kind of energy of like, they live here, they visit here, they allow some of this to bubble up occasionally. But it's like a friend of mine who's married to an Aquarius, who's of course, an air sign. She goes, every once in a while, when I just need emotion, I just remember that I have to ask him for it. That's the kind of energy I feel that's coming in here right now, if that makes sense. So, a lot of thinking, a lot of clearing away, a lot of clarity coming in a positive way for you there. All right. So, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Ashvin Ray, you are up. So, a general for September. All right. I have the Five of Swords. So, there's a lot of battling going on between your head and your heart in September. But there's a lot of clarity that comes in too, because five is about a transformation of thinking, the way you're looking at things, of conflict. And it might be if you have any kind of inner conflict that's making its way to the outer, just realize any outer conflict is really a reflection of what's going on inside here. And so you can, really look at that and really kind of change things up and kind of look at things a little differently, when we're coming in there, right? So I feel like this is a piece of it. They're not giving you everything for the month. They're just giving you a big piece of what you're learning and growing. It's almost like you're learning to have both your head and your heart give them a seat at the table instead of having them battle. You're like having a peace treaty and you're coming together and there's things that your heart wants and there's things that your mind's like, no, but it's like, what's what the heart wants? Well, let's figure out how we can make it work then, instead of the mind ruling out of fear. It's allowing both to come to a table and allow some good compromise. It's things that make you then feel happy, especially in decisions that you have to make in September. Your heart has a seat at the table, your mind has a seat at the table, and you're able to have these compromises that happen within you where you feel joy and you feel great emotion and your mind is on board too. So I like that for you. Right? So a little bit of tidbit of what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we have Moonlight 5 coming in. So thank you, Moonlight. And so your free question was a general for September as well. All right. So you've got the 3 of Wands. So there is going to be a change of direction that comes up here in September but it's because of new information that comes in. And this isn't your path being changed for you. This is you igniting and initiating a change of direction. So wherever you were headed, you're like, it was good. You were supposed to be on this highway for a while, but now you're taking an off ramp and going in a different direction. But again, it's for you, but it's you choosing it. So it's not happening to you when you're like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" It's like you're like, "You know what? Now that I know this, that's not what in alignment with what I want anymore. I'm going to take this and go off in a slightly different direction there." So I like that for you. There's creativity. That's number 3 coming in, but I just feel like it's a new path you haven't thought of before, is what I'm hearing, because it's this new information just totally changes where it makes the other path you're on go, no, it just doesn't fit anymore. And that's okay. Be open to change. Be open to that fluctuation. Okay. Right, so that's what they have for you, Moonlight. So many blessings to you. And then Johnny Blake. Well, sorry, let me just take a look here. Actually, sorry, Johnny Blake, you'll be up next. Victoria, you wanted to know, will you get approved for Grand at Saginaw Apartments? All right. Well, you got the Sun card. That's a big, that's not just a yes, it's a capital Y, capital E, capital S. So this is a positive for you there. So easy breezy, short and easy. Yes. And so that's what they have for you. So there you go, Victoria. Yeah, there's nothing else to add. And then Johnny Blake, you want to know a yes or no answer. Will you and Lisa get back together? You know, you have the Crown of Swords, which is the King of Swords. As far as a yes or no answer, I know we want a yes or no. The Crown of Swords, they're very much in their mind. You know, they roll over swords, air, and also the all the kings are given a second portion of swords, which makes them, the masters of thinking and seeing things from a different perspective. You know, it's yes or no. You know, it has to do with a change of mindsets. And so let me put it this way. Um, it would require both of you to be able to step out of your expectations, see things from a different perspective, and be able to be open-minded, be open-hearted, and let things go, let expectations go, focus on gratitude for each other, which I feel in the situation that you guys have, that's asking a lot. So when they say, you know, there's a possibility that yes, but it's more probable no, because what would be asked of both of you seems a lot, and I feel like you guys are like on different sides of things so far, that it would take so much effort and so much work, that it would be like battle after battle after battle, and then making up and battling, and then making up and battling, and make it become exhausting after a while. And so it's I feel like they're saying that, you could, it would take so much work. Sometimes it's just easier for our path to learn from what we've been through and start fresh with someone else who is more in alignment, more compatible with us, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in, Johnny. Hopefully that makes sense to you there. Right. So many blessings to you. Right, everybody. So that is the end of the free readings. Let me just take a look here. Oh, okay. Never mind. Someone was just following up here to see if they had if I had completed their reading. So cool. All right. So we are good to go. So that is it, everybody. Thank you again for your patience in getting to your readings. I definitely appreciate all the love, all the support. Here in a moment, I will post and pin a comment listing the order in which the readings were completed, so you can jump in and find where your reading is at. And I'll be back hopefully next Friday morning for free readings again. I mean, normally on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, and Friday and Saturday nights. And if you're interested, also on Wednesday nights, I have 2 hours ish that I spend with my YouTube channel members, my Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis. Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month, and the Praying Mantis, in addition to Wednesdays, also has a 2 hour or so on Thursday nights. And after each of my Saturday nights, we have an hour. And after each one of my morning sessions, we have an hour. So if you're interested in that, all that information, and as well as all my personal readings and other services I offer, are listed in the description box below. So until we see each other again, remember every second of every day of your life that you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your days, your nights, wherever you may be in the world. Until I see you again, much love. Hang in there and take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.